I kind of want to be super transparent in the conversation because I feel like with the truth, we can kind of move the dial forward. I've been in Indigenous banking, well, Indigenous recruitment, I'd say, for the last 6 years. And, you know, I kind of get worried because I feel like the conversation hasn't changed as much as it should have, and the dial hasn't moved forward as much as I'd like it to. So when I think about the financial industry and hiring Indigenous talent, it is a challenge. I think we're not an employer of choice, and it's not a TD thing. I think it's across the board in the financial industry. We're all kind of having the same challenges and barriers. But you know, we've really done the research, and I've done a lot of work at the grassroots level to really talk to Indigenous youth and kind of, and not just at like the post-secondary level where they've already made the decision to kind of go into the programs that they have, but more at the high school level too. Like, so you think about millennials, you think about youth, you have to go to where the fish are. So again, we don't post things on our job boards or on our career page because again, the chance of them going onto our career site is like little to no chance. So we try to find places where where they'll be, whether they're, you know, trending on hashtags, popular kind of Indigenous stuff that's happening in Canada across the country. And then again, we're trying to showcase our message through those means. So whether it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, these are kind of the channels. If you want to engage youth, you have to go to where they are, and you have to have a really authentic message. And again, I always go back to my own unconscious bias. I never thought I'd work for a bank. All the employees, Indigenous employees that are my peers today, none of them thought they'd work in banking. So again, because we're dealing with a smaller population of representation in the financial industry, again, it's like that nature versus nurture of like, if none of your family has ever worked in the financial industry, you don't even think that's a job or a career. So again, you're not even kind of looking or making decisions academically to get you into those types of positions. Senior leadership buy-in is another important part of it. For me, again, we've been doing summer internships and student recruitment for such a long time, and that's great. I don't want us to stop doing that. But something that I don't think we're doing enough of is development programs. So you have Indigenous employees now in your organization, but how are you working with them to get them into senior leadership positions, decision-making positions, or even on like, you know, at that highest level? Because again, that's where you're really gonna see change happen. So again, I think it's a holistic approach of like, of course, hire youth, hire, you know, the new kind of talent coming from, you know, across the country, but you have Indigenous people working for you now, and you can develop them into senior leadership positions. And what does that look like?